All right, guys, we're finally here. We're at the moment I've been talking about since last year. Or no, it was actually this year.
This year.
Yeah. Last podcast.
Playing since last year.
Yeah. I had Path of Exile 2 on my GOTY list, and now we're going to talk about what I've played so far. Still in the early game, so we're going to talk about if this is worth $30 to buy into early access.
Is it the right path?
Is it the right path?
Or will you be exiled?
$30 is exiled.
If you didn't know, if you didn't listen to the last podcast, it costs $30 to get this game, which I originally thought was just the price of the game. It makes sense. Like $30 ain't that bad.
Yeah.
It's Diablo, if you like Diablo and that kind of ARPG stuff. And so I dropped it, and I've been having fun. But I found out recently, or last podcast, it's going to be free to play once it comes out. So you have options. You have options.
Just wait.
So is it worth buying right now? I jumped into it, and it plays pretty much like Diablo. Like, it just kind of has that feel to it. I mean, as we know, I think that's the whole reason Path of Exile 1 came out, was to kind of like, let's get back to those roots, especially because Diablo 4 wasn't even announced for a while, I believe. And
To me, it feels like almost like Diablo 2.
yes,
Like,
there's a lot of
especially with the-
inspiration.
I'm already turned off about it. I'm just going to go ahead and let you
okay.
know, just because of the inventory management. I do not like the
does it
blocky
have the
stuff.
Tetris
yeah,
effect?
the Tetris
Okay, I didn't
effect.
know that.
Yeah.
I'm out. But it seems like it's it seems a lot like Diablo, like old
It feels
old Diablo.
classic
It's a
Diablo.
lot of inspiration from that, and I think that's what they're trying to kind of go back to that, the heydays of that kind of gameplay.
Yeah, which if you love that, I'm all for
Yeah.
it. I'm good with it. I'm not hating on it or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So Diablo 4 comes out, and we had a good time with it. It was a lot of fun. I tried to get into Path of Exile 1, and I jumped in, and I was like, you know what? It's just been out too long. There's all this stuff. Like,
It's
I don't
dated.
even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to even begin this. So I think I downloaded it and then just never played it. I jumped in once, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed. So, we got into Diablo 4, and that was a lot of fun, but there was issues with that, and we ended up just falling off of it because
live service.
I think that live service was a huge part of it. There was resets for your characters, so you'd have to start all over from the beginning. It was a mess. You finished it?
No.
You never finished Diablo?
No, I never fucking finished
man,
it.
I thought you did.
And I have no desire to go back
Yeah,
to it.
no, me
which is
neither.
upsetting.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie. I got the Diablo 1 and 2 thing because I think it came out with a bundle for Diablo 4. You can get 1 and 2 downloadable content. So I downloaded that and I played the first one, did not like it because it's dated. The graphics were updated. It was just dated gameplay. And then I played the second one, still same issue, so I can go through it. But I'm a big fan of Diablo 3, so I was super excited for Diablo 4. And it just like the live service component just turned me off on it. But anyways, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So anyway, that came out. We fell off of it, and I've always had that itch.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoy the thought of Diablo, and I played a lot of Diablo 3. So it's just like those feelings come back, and it's like, man, we just wish we had a game like that. And then this was announced, and the trailers looked amazing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. I want to try it. Like, I know I didn't play the first one, but I'm gonna play this one. And so yeah, I jumped into it. It feels like Diablo. Brett had mentioned that, which I guess you didn't say, but I thought I heard you say that
No.
it doesn't play anything like Diablo 4. And I was like,
I don't know where that
this
came
feels
from.
exactly like Diablo 4.
I think you're listening to somebody else.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
The name was Brett,
because
and
my description was, "Hey, you should play Path of Exile because it's like Diablo 4." Is what I had said.
I got you.
Yeah,
Probably like Diablo 4 without all the other bullshit that Diablo 4 had.
Yeah.
Well, it is also online and has the whole always online aspect to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So like when you jump in, you log into a server, and you choose your character from 5 different classes. We talked about it before. You all stand at the gallows, and everyone's about to die. And so the character you choose gets to live. The rope that's gonna choke you to death or snap your neck snaps, and you get away. And then you make your way to this small town, very small town, and that gets you into the story. And you go out to fight and loot and do all the good stuff that we like from
Yeah,
these
that's
games.
a pretty cool character selection screen.
Yeah.
I think it gets you really involved. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
into the world.
Like it's just the immersion of it. Like I don't think
Immersion.
you don't see that very often. Something like that starts
Yeah.
off outside of like God of War or something. The 5 classes or 6 classes you could choose from was warrior, sorceress, mercenary, monk, ranger, and witch. And I picked the warrior. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Me and Travis, we love the tanky,
Yeah.
do a lot of damage guys like that. And so far, everything's been fun. Like you go in and you explore these little world, like these little maps. And as you progress through different maps, they kind of expand. And each area like starts building on the enemies that you see. Like this one that we're watching right now has wolves and zombies and some like blood sorcerer casters.
So there's like individualized maps. It's not like one big giant map. It's like multiple like
Well, I mean, it's like a
maps basically.
Yeah, it's like giant open areas.
Yeah. Okay.
That start off small and they get bigger and bigger. And
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
And so it's been interesting to kind of go from each area to each area and see how it changes. The most recent area I got to was like a jungle area with vines and thorns on these giant vines, and it's just like it's super like vibrant and all these colors. Because you start off with this like eerie, like more Diablo-esque that we kind of. At least this is what I see as like Diablo, just like dark, dreary, not a lot of color.
Everything's dead.
Yeah, everything's dead, and I kind of feel like with like the way that it plays and the character, like the models of the enemies, it feels like or just has like a reminiscence of Dark Souls to me.
Okay.
Like I don't know, there's like the weird kind of anime gothic-esque depictions of like gore and zombies and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys get that from Dark Souls at all. Any of those games.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can see
know what you
crossover
mean.
between like Dark Souls and Diablo too. You know, of like this dark, almost demonic like
Yeah.
land. I don't know, dark and evil.
I mean, Dark Souls is such a popular game at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to inspire a lot of people
Yeah.
with different types of character models and stuff. And then there's actually checkpoints in the game on these little maps that act as like a bonfire, and then it refills your health.
As a respawn enemies.
It
and
doesn't
stuff.
respawn enemies. Like you
Okay.
just go up to it, and it's like a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And so it allows you to just re-up your health. You have vials. You have vials of health, and you have vials of mana that you use to like. So as your health goes down,
You
drink,
in the bottom left there.
you drink some of it, and then it like comes back up.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the flow of the game of just like going in. I mean, you're not the strongest, but I think it's kind of easy to get the hang of it. I mean, if you play Diablo, I mean, it's just very similar.
Yeah.
So you just kind of go in and start killing mobs. You start getting the gear that you like, and then you can upgrade your flasks. But there are some certain things that the game doesn't teach you. There's these. Now it just escapes me. What is it called? I think there's these orbs you find. They look like heads, like jewels that are like have faces on them.
Yeah.
And you can use that to help upgrade your gear. So if you have like a white gear, you have like this lesser orb that you applies to that item that you want to like upgrade to like a blue tier. And
Okay.
it gives you extra
so it's
stats.
based off of the rarity of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like different levels of orbs that allow you to like do different things with your gear. So I was collecting all this stuff and I was like, what do I even do with this? So I finally looked it up, like, what are these? And then obviously someone explained it to me. I was like, oh. I'm glad I've been stacking them because it's helpful. Because I felt like the drops, like you're not getting a lot of good gear. Like you get some good gear like early on, at least for me, and I haven't really changed from it. Like you can go into the town, you can buy some stuff. It's fairly expensive because you don't get a lot of gold as you're traversing around.
Damn, it's a
Lord,
big skill tree.
fucking skill
Oh,
tree,
yeah.
dude. I don't know.
We'll get to that in a second. And so, just like, I get addicted. I like the loot drop.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in Diablo, the loot drop was pretty nice. I mean, it was almost too much.
Yeah.
Here, you do get a lot of stuff, but because your inventory is so low, at least early on, like you have to continue to go to the town
Gotta
to
swap.
sell that stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to make some
Is there
money.
like a quick travel to the town?
Yeah, there are
You have to find scrolls.
there are waypoints that you
Or-
can.
okay,
yeah.
so it's just
So it's
waypoint.
free
quick-
travel
yeah.
as long as
Oh,
you're
thank
at some
God.
places. Yeah.
So like each area has like one waypoint, and maybe at the beginning, at the end, depending on which map you're at. And then from there, like that will allow you to go back to town, or you can even teleport within the map to other checkpoints that you found.
Ah.
So you can easily
That's
get
cool.
around.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like about Diablo 2.
Yeah.
having to scroll to
Yeah.
teleport. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna die. All my shit's gonna be here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. But I mean, people like that. I didn't like that. I don't like. Let me just travel around everywhere.
Yeah, it's nice. So it makes getting around a lot easier. And as long as you don't die, if you clear out an area or a dungeon, nothing will respawn.
okay.
So
Like
once-
forever.
Yeah, until you die. Or there might be a time cap too. And if you
Okay.
log out, everything will
okay,
respawn.
yeah.
Do you drop your loot when you die and you have to go back and get it?
No.
Okay.
You do not. You get to keep everything.
Repair? You have to repair armor?
No.
No.
No repair.
What's the so when you level up? So you said like you haven't changed out your inventory that much, so you don't get any like stat boosts with leveling or anything to your armor and stuff. It's just basically like you get new skill points probably for your skill tree.
Yeah. Like they're obviously you've seen the skill tree. I don't know if you want to find one on here, but it's
fucking huge.
massive. So you could be a tank and also do damage, like magic, like cast spells and stuff. Like you can build anything to your heart's content. And I'm sure when it comes to in game, you can start unlocking a
Probably
bunch
already
of
had like a
different
whole
stuff.
shit ton of how-to guides and making
Yes.
the best whatever.
Well, 'cause-
is it possible to unlock every skill, or do you have to?
See, I
fuck
don't
my
know
ass,
that.
dude. That is huge.
I don't know, actually.
Jesus,
I would
Christ.
assume there's going to be a cap because there's just no way that you could get. I mean, this is probably like
bigger
thousands
than-
of levels.
This one's bigger than Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh yeah, this is the biggest skill tree I've ever seen. Ever.
Lord, man, it looks like a fucking what's that called in the star map thing?
Constellation.
Constellations.
Yes, yes.
Jesus.
And so I think every class has its own different
Oh really?
Because this does not look like mine.
This is nuts.
Oh wait. Yeah, wait. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is the okay, this is mine.
Well, this is the what character?
I mean, I think because I thought everyone had the same skill tree.
Oh no, you're right. Okay,
It's not.
this is warrior.
Warrior,
Okay,
so
now
you can
switch to ranger, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it's the same. It's the same. Okay. Yeah, because I think inside there's like other skills that open up within like your actual like
Yeah.
icon or emblem in the middle.
What are all the characters? What are all the classes?
You start with warrior, sorceress, mercenary, monk, ranger, or witch.
And you're playing a warrior?
I'm playing a warrior, yes. So the cool
tracks.
thing, like I mentioned last podcast, is I found a build that allows you to dual wield two-handed weapons.
Nice.
So
That's cool.
I'll have two giant axes or hammers and just blah, blah, blah. It doesn't take too much to get there, but I do have a little ways to go. And I think the most negative thing I found, and it's just probably because I'm a casual gamer and I like to just like, oh, it's a little hard, but then I get past it. Oh, it's a little hard, I get past it. Is that you get to some of these bosses, and I've tried like 10 times and I cannot beat them. And it is very like disheartening. So the only thing to do to level up is to go back and start clearing out mobs from these different areas.
That makes sense. All games do that. You
Yeah.
know, like fucking even Breath of the Wild. You know,
Yeah, it's true.
That one teaches you shouldn't be in here by kicking your ass and stomping on you.
Yeah.
So
But
Your ass.
I have fought really tough bosses, at least for my level, where I'm like, we're neck and neck in health,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Those
oh,
are
I'm
the
so
good
close, I'm
moments,
so close,
man. Those are
and
the
then you
good
get that
moments.
last hit because obviously, like just like Dark Souls, like the more you play, the
Yep.
more you learn, you
Yeah.
understand
Right.
how they do their attacks, and once you kill that boss, you're like, yes,
And
you get
does
that
it-
loot.
Do they feel like Dark Souls bosses where they have like patterns you have to
Yes.
follow and understand? Okay.
Yes.
And do they have like does it show their level? Like what level they are? Because you know a lot of games it has like the little,
Yeah.
oh, this person's a level 2 or has skulls. Don't fucking,
Yeah.
he's way too high.
When I fought that level 50 dragon,
No.
freaking Dragon
Dragon
Age,
Age.
level 39.
It does not. It does
Because I
not
think
have
Diablo
levels.
does that, doesn't it?
I think it does now. I can't remember.
I don't think it does. I think it's based on like.
You just find out.
You just go in
and find out.
Fuck her up, find out, yeah.
At least early on, there's like a linear progression of like you're going from this spot to this spot to this spot, and there's no like deviation.
It's
from
kind of
that.
a guided.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm in this area. I might not be the strongest now, but like I'm not too far off.
Does the elemental damage that you do, is it, can you, like, does it have the Pokemon factor where, you know, fire beats grass, you know, like type stuff? If you find an enemy
I
that
don't
is
know.
like
I don't know.
stone, you don't use
Well,
fire.
I don't use fire, so
I'm just curious, like any kind of effect.
I think some stuff stacks, and I think that was
Okay.
the same way in in Diablo 4.
Okay.
Like you
It's
just
stacks.
stack like elemental effects that would do
Okay.
things.
I didn't know if like some enemies are resistance to poison damage.
Right.
They
You know
do
what I mean?
that. Yeah, like some do.
Oh,
like,
they do?
yeah, like some of the area bosses. They have like they stack a certain kind of element.
Okay.
Like poison. Like if you stay in poison too long, like there might be like a cloud of poison that starts to like really eat at your health. Even if you heal, it's like I'm still poisoned, and it's just
It's a pretty game.
Yeah, it is.
it's great. I mean, if
like
you
the
like
fire.
Diablo, if you like this style of game, like I feel like you're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about downloading it yesterday. No one would play with me.
What do you mean? Nobody? I play
You
with
eventually jumped on. Yes, you did.
Fair.
You did. But it took you a while, and I thought
I
you were
know.
gonna back out.
No, I never do that.
So I was just like, maybe I should download this game.
Yeah, I've thought about it too. I'm like,
I really want y'all to get this game.
my fear about it is that I'm worried that like we just won't sink our teeth into it enough. Like, because you played it a lot, Austin, and like, I feel like there's a lot to like. It's a big game, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that that's gonna be like, will we be able to like put our full effort into the game? Because like if I get into it, I'm gonna want to like play all the things, but
Yeah.
I don't want to play. This is not a game I play by myself. Like I want to
Does-
play this with friends.
Yeah.
Well, then I would wait for it to come out for
Yeah,
release,
for
be free to
release.
play.
Does it have cinematics or anything like that?
I
saw
have not
that.
seen any.
I saw that. I mean, is there voice
so
acting?
how do they do the story then?
There is full voice acting.
full voice acting? Okay.
So if you at the beginning you saw like this little
Yeah, I saw that.
person with this dialogue pop up, and
Oh, I
they're
see.
just reading it out.
I gotcha.
That's
yeah.
the one thing I love about Diablo 4 is the cinematics. Good lord,
Yeah, the cinematics are pretty
Fucking
awesome.
pretty
Diablo.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
And the story so far is just like I don't care. I mean, same with Diablo 4. Like I love the cinematics, but I don't care about the story.
Yeah.
Like I just want to get in there and kill some things and get some cool loot.
Yeah, after a while, the story gets it's just too much. You know.
Well, Diablo 4, I didn't think the story was that interesting. Like there were some cool moments, like in like the early, like the very
cool
early
visuals
game,
and shit. Yeah.
like
So-
with Lilith in the church.
Oh, Lilith can get it. I'll send for her.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Two questions.
Yes.
One, I've heard that this game is just way harder than Diablo 4. Like the boss battles and stuff are like very challenging. Do you feel that way?
It can be. It can be. But again, like if you need to level up, which help, like if you go look at the skill tree, like you'll have different nodes that allow you to do different things. So
Yes.
depending on what you're trying to focus on, like I need to focus on strength because I'm a
Yeah.
warrior, so I do more damage when I have higher strength. And you get certain. So for the weapons, you get these. What's it called? Skill gems
Okay.
that allow you to augment and actually give you the skills that you use. So like because I have I do two-handed hammers, like I put a skill gem into my hammer which allows me to do different things like you would normally have like if you're a caster, right?
So it's almost like a socket. Or
Yes.
A gem,
Yes.
just like in Diablo.
yeah.
Okay.
And then you have augmented gems that allow you to augment that even further, that skill. Yeah.
I didn't know this was available on PlayStation and Xbox. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whenever Austin told me I needed to get it, I was just like, I wonder if it's on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I saw it.
I also heard the leveling was slow in this game.
It does feel like that.
That big of a skill tree is slow?
That's what I'm kind of scared about. It's like the Diablo. That's one thing I think Diablo 4 did a good job of. There was a very healthy progression in like leveling up, which I mean for some people I guess was too fast because they reach end game like way too quickly, you know. But I liked it for the casual gamer in me, you know.
Well, maybe
It
they
was
did
nice
that on
for
purpose
that.
because of that. You know what
Well,
I mean?
yeah, I think so. But this one has an extensive end game too, so I'm like wondering like why it is so slow. Do you know what the level cap is?
I do not.
Gonna find out.
I do not.
That kind of skill tree, it's probably like 500. Jesus.
I mean, in game, I think it's just. I mean, what's crazy is that I was like, okay, how much do you get with $30? And apparently, people have put in 100+ hours into this early access.
Damn.
And I thought it was just part of the game, but apparently, it is the full game.
It
How's
is
it
not
doing
the
on
full game.
Steam?
It is
Actually.
not? Okay.
I just confirmed.
Okay, cool.
Real quick on the level cap, it's level 100, but you're probably gonna be level 65 by the end of the campaign. So you'll have 45 more levels to ascend to. But yeah,
Nice.
I was reading on their early access thing, and they said that right now they have 3 acts available and then a rich end game. but on launch they're going to add 3 more acts and 6 more classes.
Nice.
And all corresponding ascendancy classes, lots of skill gems and items, as well as more in-game content, areas, bosses, and monsters. So this is probably like half.
Yeah, this is half a game.
Yeah,
and it's people have put in 100+ hours already.
Wow.
Yeah. So to close this all up, in my opinion, I do think it's worth it, especially if you're getting an itch to play something like this. I still haven't heard good things about Diablo 4 right now.
Yeah, didn't they just drop something?
well, the
think
Vessel
they
of
did.
Hatred I think had good like early like reviews and stuff, but then yeah, I mean I haven't heard much. It's kind of like the talk was really high for like a hot minute and then it just kind of died off.
Kind of
again.
died
Yeah.
off.
Well,
And
because
then Path of Exile came out.
people had problems with the initial release, and everyone's like, okay, we'll give Blizzard time.
Yeah.
A new season's going to come out. They're going to
Poor
do some
Blizzard,
things.
man. They are
And
just.
they shit the bed.
This is not their year. Rivals and now this.
They're
Fucking
struggling.
Hey man,
two
I'm
of your
happy.
major properties.
I'm happy. Well, they've mistreated the fans and stuff. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're just gonna make some money. We're just gonna make money." Like everyone loves this. Like it doesn't matter. We can't do no wrong. And hubris is always the downfall.
They got
so,
too comfortable.
too greedy.
Yeah. This game looks good. I mean, this game looks a lot of fun. I think definitely waiting until it comes out full release.
Same.
I mean, the $30 I was reading that all it gives you is just it's $30 of in-game currency to pay at the shop. So it's like you get that and you can play early. So there is that value there.
They have different options too. So if you want to spend more money, you get some other stuff,
Yeah,
cosmetic things.
Do you think this should be more money? Or you think it should come out for free like they're doing?
I mean, I think that's a good plan. Like I feel like early access, for any game, it's like, oh, you pay a little less. I guess here you're actually paying like. Well, it's not a full game, but
and
But
nice thing-
still, you get in-game currency for that payment.
That's true.
And the
Yeah.
game. So, I mean,
That's true.
I think it's a good deal.
And this is a game where like you unlock a skin. I mean, you can see your character. So like
That's true.
yeah, that's a huge plus. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and if you guys jump on, I might start a new character and try some new things out. I always like the mage class, but I thought it'd be safer just to go with a warrior. I have health, and I die a lot, but I mean it's par for the course.
Yeah.
You live and you learn, you come back. It's nice.
I'll probably do a ranger.
So I vote let's wait for the full game to come out, and then we'll get it,
Okay,
and then we'll play a shit ton of it.
okay, I like that.
And I think I'll play this, but I definitely kind of want to wait till it's like done.
Pause for a second.
I'm not excited about this inventory.
Side note: so you find these scrolls here that identify objects, and so,
so
if
like
you
Diablo.
get an unidentified object and sell it to somebody, you get very little coin. But if you spend your scrolls to identify, they show you what magic items or attributes are attached to that, and then when you sell it, you get like significant more. So that was one thing I was like, oh, this is how I get all the money, because I was getting like hardly any money.
Yeah,
And now I'm just like,
This hurts
making
my
it
heart.
rain.
what's up?
I will say I do hate this inventory system.
Fucking hate it so
but if you
much.
think about it, it's actually really smart.
It is.
Because it's like
It
it's
is.
so much easier to be like, here's how much weight you can carry without having to put a bunch of numbers to shit.
Yeah.
It's just like make them bigger, and
Yeah.
fit them in a grid, and it's like it's a smart system. It's annoying.
That's
You can
annoying.
carry more than you think,
Yeah.
but you can never carry enough.
just not good at Tetris, man.
I think there's an auto organized somewhere which
Yeah.
would help, but I just haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah. So you
I
love
think it's
it?
worth $30.
Yeah. If you could like score it, what would you give it right now where it stands?
I'll give it an 8.
8? That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Like very high 70s or an 8. Only because I haven't got to end game yet, and so far what I've played, like it gets me excited. Like I want to keep going farther.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
How much have you played of it?
I think it's 6 hours,
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. Solid.
4 to 6, probably somewhere around there.
Sweet.
I never really keep track as much as I need to.
And it's co-op for up to 6 players. I didn't
Jesus.
realize that. That's pretty huge.
It's like Marvel Rivals.
I know, actually. Yeah.
That's all I got.